For today's peak pose class, we will be doing star plank. In order to achieve this pose, we are going to need to work on our outer and inner thighs, as well as some core strengthening and shoulder stability. Let's get started laying down on our back, flat on the mat, as we get ourselves centered for practice today. So dropping the hands down to the sides, facing palms up. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale. I'll breathe in that nice cleansing, warm air. Deepen the inhale and elongate your exhale. Let's do 2 more breaths. Try to clear the mind, just focusing on the breath. And last one, let's breathe in some positive energy for the self as we practice today. Now open the eyes. I'm going to bring my right leg up straight and we're going to swing it out to the right. This is working on those inner muscles. And then bring it back to midline and then across. Bringing that foot across the body works on those outer thigh muscles. Set it down and switch it out. So left leg up and bring it out to the left. Try to flex that foot, so bringing those toes back, energy through the heel, back to center, and over the body to the right. Back to center. Now bring the right leg up. We're gonna make a V with our legs, just putting them out to the side and then bringing them back in. And do a few of these, bring them out and back together. Trying to wake up the outer hips, as this is our goal for star plank, is that our feet will come far apart from each other while we're in our side plank. Last one. Bring those feet together, feet under the knees, and we're gonna come up for a bridge. So engaging the core, lift the sitting bones. Try not to over engage those glutes. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, pretend like you're trying to bring your heels closer to those sitting bones. Really try to fire up those muscles. Let's hold for 1 more breath. All right, set it down. I'm gonna come up, sort of a reclined position. I'm gonna come over onto my left hip. And we're going to do some straight leg lifts. So bringing the right leg up, feel that sort of glute and thigh engage as we're bringing that leg up. We'll do 3 more on this side. And let's switch it out. Coming over to the right, make sure those legs are nice and straight. Remember to flex those toes back and keep breathing. Last one. Coming back on your sitting bones, place your hands behind you. Now dig those heels into the earth and we are going to lift the sitting bones for a reverse plank. So on your inhale, lift up, keep the neck in line with the body. Now hold this for 3 breaths at your own pace. And set it down. Bring your feet mat distance apart. We're gonna do a few windshield wipers. So dropping the knees over to one side and then the other. Really try to keep those feet planted. We're just hinging at the hips. And then find a comfortable sitting position. We're gonna bring our hands up behind our head. We're gonna do some side crunches here to wake up the core. So drop the right elbow down. Feel those obliques crunch together. Feel the side abs, side body all crunch. And then bring it back to center and go over to the left. Now we're not really hunching forward, just going straight out to the side. Couple more on each side. Now is the time we're going to work on a crunch forward. So bring the elbows closer together, crunch down into a small little ball, really trying to engage those abs as we are bringing them closer together and contracting them. Nice slow and controlled movements. Last one. Go ahead and release the hands and let's come on to all fours. We'll do a few bird dogs here. So let's start with the right arm up and the left arm back. Go ahead and pulse. Small little movements. Make sure the energy is through the heel, flexing the toes back. A nice stable core. Now let's set the hand down, pivot the right leg. Just let your left arm sit on your side body as you go ahead and lift the left leg up. More of the same sort of action that we were doing earlier, trying to engage those abductors in our thigh. 2 more. Bring it back to bird dog. This time the left hand goes up and the right leg goes back. Continue those small and short little pulses. Keeping the core engaged, tummy lifted. You really want to be stable in through the core. Now this time plant the left hand, swing the left leg back, and then lift the right leg, straight leg raises. Last one. Now push up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look up towards your hands, and exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise, hands up overhead, and exhale, mountain. Now lifting the hands back up, let's go straight into a sun A. And diving forward towards your toes. Inhale, halfway rise. And then plant the hands, step back, but we are not going to lower to the floor. We're gonna hold plank, really find this pose. Talk about some shoulder stability. We'll be here for quite a few breaths. So take a deep inhale and let it go. Now what I mean by shoulder stability is we want to make sure that we are preparing our shoulders to take weight from our body. So first of all, let's look at our foundation. Are our palms sealed down toward the ground? There's no gaps there. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And our wrists are directly below our shoulders. Now another thing we really want to make sure we're doing is pushing the floor away. If we stop engaging that pushing sensation, we really start to sag in through the shoulders. And our shoulders are going to be holding a lot of weight, particularly one at a time with side plank. So just making sure all of your little boxes are checked. Making sure we've got a really good form. Pressure is through the thumb and index side of the hand. 2 more breaths. Engage that core. Make sure our tummies aren't sagging down toward the ground. Last breath. And push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. And exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise. And go ahead and release. Inhale, root to rise, hands up overhead. And let it go, mountain. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead, starting our Sun B series. And then exhale, sitting back into chair. Inhale, hold. And exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, step back, chaturanga, into up dog. Flip the toes back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, let's inhale the right foot up. And then exhale, step it on through. Spin that back heel down into warrior 2. Shoulder blades are nice and relaxed. Make sure you got that heel to arch alignment. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, lean forward for side angle. Now, if side angle is one that's a little tough for you, remember your modifications. You can always use a block. If you'd rather have your hands set on something sturdy, or you can always just gently rest your hand or your forearm on that front knee. For me, I'll go ahead and use the block because we'll be coming into half moon. So I'm going to set my block a little bit further above my toes. I'm going to look at my block as we bend, push off, and lift that back leg, spinning the hips open, really trying to keep them stacked. Be sure that those back toes are flexed back towards the shin, opening up through the shoulders as much as you can. And then let's get rid of our block and come toward the center of our mat. Our heels are in, our toes are out as we rise up for goddess. Now here I'm going to widen my stance just a little bit more than I normally do. Because for this goddess, we're going to turn it into Skandasana or side lunges. So coming over to the side, keeping the chest up, and then we're going to come over to the other. A nice little rock back and forth. Get as low as you want. Maybe you can get all the way down. Keeping it as high or as low as you are comfortable. Last one. Spin the hands down. Right foot back to the left. Down dog. On your next inhale, let's bring those left toes up. And step it on through. Spin the back heel down, rising up. Warrior 2. Take one big deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, lean forward, finding that side angle variation. Getting ready for half moon. You'd like to scoot your block up just a little bit, looking at your block, bend, push, and maybe lift that back leg. Try to stack those hips as much as you can. And let's get rid of the block. Coming into goddess, kind of wider stance than you might normally have. And then find those side squats or Skandasana. We slowly shift our weight from one leg to the other. Now you can have your hands however you'd like. Earlier I had them out in the normal goddess sort of pose, but if it helps keep you centered, you can put your hands in prayer. Okay, let's put the hands down. Left foot back with the right, down dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise. And release. Inhale, hands up overhead. And let it go. Last sun B, so inhale those hands up. Nice and tall, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, step back. This time let's pause here as we're gonna bear weight in the right hand for our first side plank. Make sure that pressure is through the thumb and index side of the hand. Let's spin those heels over to the right and lift the hand. Now, in order to get to star plank, we need to make sure that our feet are stacked on top of one another. So go ahead and try to get to that first. Lift those hips up. Come on down, back into downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot up and step it on through. Spin the back heel down as we rise up into warrior two. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, let's lean forward for side angle. Let's try and use it without the block this time. As this time we're going to drag our fingertips up and down our shin. A little bit of dynamic movement in this pose. One more time up and last time down. Now let's look toward the top of our mat. You are still more than welcome with half moon to try to use your block if you need it. But maybe this time we can try without. Now bring the foot down, hands toward the center as we rise up for goddess. Let's hold this just for a breath. And then we'll take this into a variation that I've been always told it's called a rocket launcher. So we're going to bend, push, and lift toward the back of our mat. Let's bring that right leg up and set it down. Do two more. Push, lift. Last one. Very good. Hands down toward the top of the mat. Step back, down dog. So let's come forward into plank. Make sure that that left hand's ready to bear weight as we shift the heels over to the left. Bring the right arm up. Let's stack those feet. Lifting the hips. Let's take one more deep breath in side plank. Hands down, downward facing dog. Now everything again on the left side, so let's bring the left foot up and step it on through. Spin the back heel down, warrior two. Deep inhale and exhale, coming forward, finding your pose, side angle. And then let's do those dynamic fingers running along the shins. One more up, one more down. And this time let's look to the front of our mat. Bend, push, and lift as we find half moon. And let's set the back foot down, middle of the mat, goddess. Hold this for one deep breath. Try to get low as you can. And then this time, bend, pushing, and lifting our left leg back toward the back of the mat. Two, and last one, three. Spinning toward the top of the mat. We're gonna come into our peak pose. Let's start with our right side. So spin the heels over to the right. Be sure that our feet are stacked. Maybe we just want to do some baby lifts. Just trying to get that foot, playing with the idea, off of the leg. want to make it a little harder, bring it all the way up. Be sure that you have energy through the heel. And there's star plank. Now let's come down and do it again on the left side. Left hand is ready to bear your weight, shifting the heels over. Maybe you're just toying with the idea, or maybe you want to go ahead and lift that foot all the way up and off. Star plank. Now let's bring the hands down. Oh, you did it. Now, who is ready for a cool down? I know that I am ready. Let's go ahead and come down onto our back. Oh, and here we're gonna start off with a side body stretch. So lift the hands up overhead. Now right hand is gonna grab the left wrist and we're gonna shift over to the right. If this is a big enough side body stretch for you, stay here. Otherwise, go ahead and also bring that left foot over the right foot. And let's come back to midline. Now switching the wrists, so the left hand is grabbing the right. Upper body comes over to the left. Big enough stretch, stay here. Otherwise, add the foot. Back to center. Now, we're gonna do a JT twist. So bring that right knee up, give it a little bit of a hug before sending it over to the left. Be sure to keep that right shoulder grounded. Try to get that knee a little closer to the floor with those exhales. Back to center, switch it out. So left knee comes in, a little bit of a hug. Send it over to the right. Back to center. All right, let's come into a comfortable position. Whatever that means for you. Maybe you've added some props. Maybe you're just here in corpse pose with me. Let's bring awareness back into our breath. Deep inhales and long exhales. Try to breathe in some positive energy, some gratitude, and give your body thanks for all the work and energy that it just supplied you with. Two more deep breaths. Last one to send you on your way. Thank you for joining me today in this peak pose class featuring star plank. May your yoga practice continue to thrive.